everybody, it's Tracy and I hope this finds you well. I wanted to make a video with some tips based on some experience I've recently had with moving my grandmother from New Mexico to Minnesota and her leaving me her storage unit, which is generation after generation of items that have been handed down. And then also with my mom's move this last month, with her home full of items that have been passed down from generation to generation, and all these items are coming to me. And I thought I could share some ideas with you that might make this transition a lot easier for you and your family when the time is ready, which I think that to be proactive is very responsible if you start working on these things before it's too late or before it's time to actually give these items. When you're ready, I think it's best to try to start a little early. So I'm actually washing china that belonged to my grandmother that went down to my mom that's now going to be mine. It's one of 5 sets that I will have of glassware that's been handed down from up to 3 generations before me. Some ideas is to make several lists. These are items that, 1, have monetary value, 2, have sentimental value, and 3 are nice items that you'd like to see in someone else's possession but not necessarily need to stay in your family. So these 3 lists you'll make, and you need to put them in order of value to you or monetary value from highest to lowest. Then you need to consider for that 1 list of items, the things that are nice you'd like to have let someone else have but doesn't necessarily have to stay in your family. These are items that can be sold in an estate sale or can be in a garage sale, or items that you might like to donate for charity. You can donate your estate items to them. They can maybe have the garage sale or estate sale for you and receive those funds from that, and it would go to that charity of your choice. The other 2 lists are lists of items that you might want to put in your will to make sure that the right people receive these items. Again, the list with items that have higher monetary value, you may also want to sell those and use those funds for your relatives. So again, this is something you would probably want to put in your will. So you've got your 3 lists compiled. Now you need to consider relatives who you think that would accept these items and be happy with them. And I know things are a little bit different with the different generations of people these days. And not everybody might want to accept something that you want to offer them. So before you put someone in your will to take grandma's china, make sure that this is something that they want to accept when the time is ready. So this is an idea when you have your list of people in the family, close friends, distant relatives who you would like to hand this down to keep in the family or just to have to take care of it. You should consult with all of these people before you put them in the will. Make sure they are ready to accept these items when it's been appointed to them, because then you'll be really disappointed if you're still aware if they don't want them. But if you're already gone, but still, I know that while you're still here, you'll want to make sure that everything is taken care of the best way possible. So you have your list of people, you have your list of items, and what I think you should do is once you've consulted with everyone and everyone has agreed to accept these items, the items that have not been agreed to accept, you can maybe add those items to your list of things that are either going to be sold so those funds can go back to your family, or those items that could be in a regular estate sale or garage sale that you could actually donate to charity or just to have members of the neighborhood come by to grab when it's time. But ultimately, I think the most important thing is that before you make a large move or before you are ready to make end-of-life decisions for you, for your property, for your estate, is to start divvying up some of these items now, because it's very difficult on family members when they have to come in and just kind of take everything at once because they're not sure who would want them or not sure or maybe not sure who would want them, but maybe nobody else wants them, and you're the only one who has 5 sets of china or has multiple china cabinets coming to them, things like that. So it's very important that the pieces that are most important to you have a place, whether that's in your family or outside of your family. And it's also great if you can do this a little bit over time and not all at once at the end. So I suggest for you and your family to kind of start going through your items of importance, the ones that are most valuable to you, either on a monetary level or a sentiment, emotional level. And those things are not that important. You are going to realize, wow, this was so important to me 10 years ago. And now it doesn't mean as much. Now, I'm not necessarily referencing, your grandmother, your great-great-grandmother's china. But maybe it's something you bought yourself that you thought might be worth something when it was time for you to pass it down to a relative. So start weeding those things out now, and it will make things much easier on the relatives who are facilitating either the estate sales or just trying to find the right relatives who will accept them when it's time. But if you remember from the beginning of my video, when you have your list of people and you've consulted with them, it would be really great for you to say, okay, I know that my daughter is going to accept A, B, C, and D. So you can label those items and say you can take them anytime. So start handing these things out now, because they might want to appreciate them and have a place to put them, or start finding places to put them for the future. So guys, I hope this has been a little helpful for you. And it's not always easy to discuss these types of things with your relatives because 1, it's sad, and 2, many people don't want to feel like they're a burden to their families, and you're not. Know that you're not. But also, if you're really concerned and you really want your valuables to go to the right people, it's always best to start now. Good luck, guys. I'm thinking of you. I hope you're all doing well, and take care.